My name is Michaela Bensley. I'm the Chief Executive of the SACE Board of South Australia. I'm delighted to be here today to celebrate the merit recipients of our incredible class of 2024, off to our left. I would like to start by acknowledging that we meet on the land of the Kaurna people and that their connection to this land is as important today as it ever was and always will be. The SACE Board recognises Aboriginal people as the first educators in the country that we live in and share together. And we offer our respect through our words, not just through our words, but through our deeds, with a commitment to work in partnership with Aboriginal people who are the cultural authority of their educational practice. I'd also like to acknowledge that we are enjoying the beautiful grounds of Government House, thanks to the generosity of Her Excellency, the Honourable Frances Adamson, the Governor of South Australia. We are grateful to be celebrating the 37th merit ceremony here on these grounds. Just a few housekeeping items before we get into the official proceedings. In the very unlikely event that we need to evacuate, there'll be people with red caps and we'll calmly follow them out the doors. If you need to use the bathrooms and toilets, they're off to your right, follow the path and around to the left. There's an official photographer that will take a photo of every student who crosses the stage, and in the front cover of your booklets, it'll tell you how to access those photos. And finally, we're recording the merit ceremony, and so that'll be on our website by, I think, next week. So, distinguished guests, family, friends, and most importantly, the students of our class of 2024, welcome to the SACE Merit Ceremony. While today we are recognising the achievements of many of these students, we unfortunately had to cancel yesterday's session due to the heatwave and to ensure the health and safety of our guests. This has understandably been really disappointing for those students and families who wanted to attend, but we really look forward to celebrating their achievements with them in the future. In 2024, 1,182 students, through their hard work, persistence, collectively achieved 1,427 subject merits across all range of disciplines. The class of 2024 has shown creative thinking, leadership, both in and beyond the school, resilience and a passion for learning both within and outside of the classroom. Every South Australian student deserves a world-class certificate that ensures that they not only achieve academic knowledge, but are also develop the breadth of skills and capabilities they all need to thrive in a world that is changing more than it ever has. To the young people today, it is with the support of your teachers, families and friends that you have completed your SACE with great success and created so many possibilities for yourself and opened so many doors, both now and in the future. We can't wait to see the impact you have on the world, and I'd like to take this moment to congratulate you and all that you've done. Congratulations. It is now my great pleasure to introduce Sally Letcher. She's one of the education consultants with us at the SACE Board, who will introduce our special guest speaker. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you after.
Thank you, Michaela. Hello, everyone, and again, a very warm welcome to you all. I'm delighted to be here with you today in this beautiful venue to celebrate the achievements of our merit recipients. For each SACE merit ceremony session, we invite a speaker to address our merit students. And this afternoon, it's my pleasure to introduce to you Chester Osborne. Darrenburg chief winemaker and viticulturalist, Chester is the fourth generation of the Osborne family to grow grapes and make wine in McLaren Vale. In primary school, he started working in his family vineyards and cellar floor during the school holidays. And in 1983, Chester graduated with a Bachelor of Applied Science in Enology from Roseworthy College. One of Chester's greatest accomplishments is the Darrenburg Cube, which has positioned itself as a must-see destination on the Fleurieu Peninsula since opening in December 2017. When not in the vineyard or on the tasting bench, Chester's time is spent travelling, painting and designing men's clothing. More recently, Chester has been involved in judging national and international wine shows. Please join me in welcoming Chester.
Thanks, Sally, and hello, everybody. Once upon a time, there was no internet. Some of you might remember that. And we had to do university or school subjects research in the library, which was pretty time-consuming, trying to find books and magazines that had information. Now, the students, obviously, today have far much more information very fastly available, and you know that's an amazing change that must help in your learning abilities and development. As mentioned, I went to McLaren Vale Primary School, which in those days, I'm talking back in the 60s, it was a pretty basic school. There was only 4 people in my year, and so we grouped years together, and I came out of school pretty buggered, basically. Excuse the expression. I was not very. I couldn't read or write properly. I went to Prince Alfred College actually at year 8, and after being 6 months there, my father asked the headmaster, "How's he doing? Is he going to get finish year 12 and get a degree in winemaking?" And the headmaster said, "There's absolutely no way." and partly because McLaren Vale set me up poorly at the beginning. I'm also mildly Asperger. I had several different speech impediments and suffered quite badly from dyslexia. So I actually spoke dyslexic as well, which was my nickname, was muddle or twisted. And but actually, Prince Alfred College fixed me, and I did finish year 12, and I did get a degree. So with the right school, and right education, anything's possible really, and passion, I suppose. I now today make 85 different wines from 37 grape varieties, which is more than any wine brand in the world is doing, which much to my annoyance of the marketing department and sales department. And the d'Arenberg Cube houses 5 different artists' exhibitions in there, including 100 sculptures of my own that tell the d'Arenberg story. Other top accolades were Robert Parker included me in the list of the most influential wine people in the world. Robert Parker's like the god of wine. Great Wine Capitals describe the greatest wineries in the world, and we're the greatest Australasian winery in the world. I've won many times Winemaker of the Year in many different countries, and I also write science fictions now, and clothing label, as I mentioned, which I'm wearing, Biggest Twisterous, and jewellery as well. It turns out that Asperger people actually have a damaged cerebellum in the back of your head there, where 80% of the neurons are. And when it's damaged, it doesn't work properly, and so you have to use your main brain, which means it takes a lot more energy, and you're not actually as spontaneous, I suppose, or doing it without automatically, I suppose. Things you have to actually think. But it actually turns out that that's actually a really positive thing, because you actually can think really quite deeply about it, and you learn to actually cope with lots of detail. So Asperger people actually have great abilities often if they apply themselves. How to become successful? My father used to say the most important things are respect people, give people due respect, and I think that's a very important thing. Be polite, be punctual, and passionate. And that he probably didn't say that as much as I say passionate, because I think that is the most important thing if you're going to get anywhere in the world, is to be passionate. You can imagine a die-hard football fan will follow a football club, people they've never even seen before, just kick a ball into a net and get so passionate about it. If they could use that passion in business or in life, then they can go a long way. And so everyone has the ability to be passionate, obviously. We all expect to have hard work and be a good team player, is all very important things. Steve Jobs said, "A great idea is only the beginning. It takes great minds to argue over a new product a lot to get the perfect result that will work." And so team playing is obviously very important in that. Obviously, balance family and life. I measure wealth not in how much money you have, but in how many friends you have. that's part of being polite and courteous to people, because really that's really we're only here for a short time. My mother taught me another saying was, out of every bit of bad that happens, twice as much good will happen, which is a quirky thing, but I've grown up with all my life, and believe it or not, it applies pretty much all the time. And it's not necessarily bad, that thing that was happening. It's just different to the outcome that you expected. And so embrace the change, and it brings opportunity, and learn from the mistakes, which aren't necessarily bad. They're just actually part of the process. Don't do drugs. It's a pretty obvious one. I'm sure your parents have told you that all the time. But just to give you one fact, there are 30-year-old people on the planet that have been doing cocaine that have hearts the same age as a 70-year-old. So it's something to not do. And on that also, don't overexert your body, is what I say. So I know that a lot of you are sporting, and unfortunately this goes against that a little bit. But there's plenty of friends of mine who are in their 50s that are having hip replacements and knee replacements, and I don't have to, so I feel a little bit wiser than them. Mind you, I was crap at sport anyway, being Asperger anyway. Don't trust the internet. I probably don't need to tell you young people that, because it's pretty obvious. But AI was recently given an exam, and it only got 50% in the exam because it's using the average of what's on the internet, and there's a lot of fake news, obviously. And don't think that you're better than your predecessors. Just for interest, 3,500 years ago, students learnt up to their 60 times tables, which I don't think we learn anywhere near that today. I haven't been at school for a long time. I don't think it's changed that much. And if you find life is too easy, you're on the wrong path. We get one go at life. The chance of you being born as the individual you are is at least 9 billion to 1. The chance of you dying is 100%. So you need to not waste your life. Don't sweat the small stuff. As I say, we only get one. And congratulations to all the award recipients. They obviously have passion to listen, learn, and succeed, and I wish you all the best for the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Chester, for your interesting address. We will now invite our Merit students to the stage to receive their award from Chester. As I read out the names, I do ask that you reserve your applause until all students have been introduced. Carly Ascari, Child Studies. Holly Sletton, Child Studies. Anton Slobodian, Language and Culture. Erin Smales, Activating Identities and Futures, Health and Wellbeing. Naomi Smart, Research Project B. Emma Christie Smith, English, Women's Studies. Shyla Smith, Visual Arts, Art. Scarlett Snook, Cross-Disciplinary Studies. Park Sung Parsons So, English as an Additional Language. Mahi Solanki, Activating Identities and Futures. Amy Yi-Jen Song, Activating Identities and Futures. Viva Andrew Sood, Mathematical Methods. Emily May Soon-Kroger, English Literary Studies, Psychology. Jasmine Southman, Activating Identities and Futures, Health and Wellbeing. Madison Page Spencer, Research Project B. Sushant Sriram, Mathematical Methods. Tisha Srivastuva, Chemistry. Madison Stafford, Research Project B. Amelia Stanford, Spiritualities, Religion and Meaning. Isabel Little Stanton, English. Regan Stanton, Health and Wellbeing. Annabelle Catherine Starr, Workplace Practices. Nicholas Stefanski, Spiritualities, Religion and Meaning. Chloe Rose Stevens, Activating Identities and Futures. Lily Stevens, Child Studies. Ella Stevens, Research Project B. Mackenzie Jade Stones, Modern History and Psychology. Amelie Strummery, Activating Identities and Futures. Chelsea Chandu Dehanza Sumanasekera, Workplace Practices. Juliana Sun, Research Project B. Jonathan Sasanto, Activating Identities and Futures. Imogen Sutton, Activating Identities and Futures. Theodore James Sweeney, Research Project B. Ella Swiderski, Research Project B. Michelle Saladis, Visual Arts, Design. Lily Hazel Symes, English. Kayla Mary Simmons, Visual Arts, Art. Lucy Cyrus, Physical Education. Georgia Tadeo, Activating Identities and Futures. Maysara Tahar, English, Visual Arts, Arts. Lily Tai, Psychology. Nicholas Daliaridis, Research Project B. Ryan Carl Tanti, Business Innovation. Damien Tattarelli, Mathematical Methods and Research Project B. B. Taylor, Activating Identities and Futures. David John Taylor, Chemistry and Physics. Florence Taylor, Biology. Sophie Taylor, General Mathematics. Alexandra Thiel, Research Project B, Spiritualities, Religion and Meaning. Jasmine Taylor, Thirlwell, Physical Education. Emily Valmay Thomas, Research Project B. Mira Thomas, Geography. Sasha Thomas, Activating Identities and Futures. Victoria Thomas, Chemistry. Vivian Troon, Activating Identities and Futures. Charlotte Thwaite, English. Indy Fire, Activating Identities and Futures. Olivia Tierney, Activating Identities and Futures. Emma Tippins, Activating Identities and Futures. Jasmine Lily Todd, Outdoor Education. Miguel Antonio Navarro Tolentino, Business Innovation. Charlie Tomey, Chemistry. Clement Tomey, Mathematical Methods. Neve Trainer, Activating Identities and Futures. Kit Tran, Chemistry. Natalie Tran, English. Megan Trembath, Activating Identities and Futures. Martin True, Visual Arts, Art. Eddie Trin, Mathematical Methods. Sarah Annalise Tropiano, Research Project B. Alfred Kingsley Truman, Essential English. Adriana Areti Songas, Modern Greek Continuous. Marjorie Tucker, General Mathematics. Oscar Turco, Activating Identities and Futures. Lily Tyler, Activating Identities and Futures. Roxana Tyler, Activating Identities and Futures. Annika Sofia Uzcategui Monteguero, General Mathematics. Benjamin Valentincic, Digital Communication Solutions. Boutique Valiev, Research Project B. Lily Valilona, Activating Identities and Futures. Amy Van Hoof, Workplace Practices. Emma Louise Swinton Venus, Modern History. Amelia Rose Cronin Vickery, Mathematical Methods. Christian Villion, Research Project B. Lewis Charles Bellina, Research Project B. Chloe Villios, Workplace Practices. Jessica Vitelloni, Activating Identities and Futures, Spiritualities, Religion and Meaning. Lin Khan Vu, Business Innovation. Natalie Vu, Activating Identities and Futures. Yanura Diane Waga Arachi, Workplace Practices. Manat Walia, English. James Christopher Walkley, Research Project B. Amy Wallace, Biology and Nutrition. Alyssa Walpole, Dance. Ella Grace Walsh, Research Project B. Bao Wang, Biology. Michelle Jinyun Wang, Research Project B. Madeline Ward, Psychology. Alastair Joel Wilms, General Mathematics. Taylor Narelle Warren, Business Innovation. Charlie Webber, Activating Identities and Futures. Holly Rose Weckett, Activating Identities and Futures and General Mathematics. Jessica Lee Webb, Research Project B. Kelly Amber Weiss, Health and Wellbeing. Miranda Wells, Activating Identities and Futures. Sarah Wells, Society and Culture. Amelie Westcombe, Italian Continuous. Emily Rose West, Visual Arts, Art. Nakia Whalen, Integrated Learning B. Jade Amelia Wheatley, Research Project B. Maxwell Whittle, Chemistry and Mathematical Methods. Zandaru Thurinda Wickramararachi, Mathematical Methods. Gabriella Wilbeck, General Mathematics. Alice Williams, Activating Identities and Futures. Corey Williams, Research Project B. Scarlett Williams, Activating Identities and Futures and Dance. Mia Williamson, Essential English. Maddie Elizabeth Ann Willoughby, Integrated Learning A. William Willoughby, Integrated Learning A. Scarlett Wilson, Physical Education. Shania Wilson, Practical Connections. Zara Elizabeth Windle, Food and Hospitality and General Mathematics. Charlotte Rose Wishart, scientific studies. Isabel Witten, food and hospitality. Laura Wong, biology. Summer Wong, visual arts, art. Aisha Wood, Research Project B. Sebastian Wood, Robotic and Electronic Systems. Layla Woodall, Activating Identities and Futures. Holly Wolford, Psychology. Max Wolford, English. Jemina Alice Woon, General Mathematics. Yifan Wu, Psychology. Xie Zi, English as an additional language and mathematical methods. Jerome Zhu, Biology Research Project B. Tinyun Yang, Mathematical Methods. Michaela Yap, Music Performance Ensemble. Omindi Yatawara, Chemistry. Hannah Yo, Activating Identities and Futures. Carly Yip, Research Project B. Chai Kyung Yung, Research Project B. Chai Wan Yung, Mathematical Methods. Mitchell Young, Outdoor Education. Tareem Zafar, Activating Identities and Futures, Physical Education. Angelina Zhang, Activating Identities and Futures. Fang Fan Zhang, English Mathematical Methods. Vincent Zhang, English as an additional language and mathematical methods. Jiyan Zhu, Chemistry. Alexandra Zielinski, Polish Continuous. Stella Jade Zito, Activating Identities and Futures. Malaika Swartz Turner, English. Caleb Zybeck, Research Project B. Maddie Revel, Activating Identities and Futures. Layla Timms, Research Project B. Yasha Fahidzadi, Research Project B. Lucas Warnock, Food and Hospitality. Michelle Zuresh, Tourism. Sophia Tian, Chinese Continuous. Isabella Weckett, Activating Identities and Futures. Please join me in congratulating all the students who have received awards today. And this concludes the official proceedings. On behalf of the SACE Board of South Australia, thank you for attending today's ceremony and helping to make this a special celebration for young people who have achieved excellence in their SACE. As you exit, please enjoy the beautiful grounds of Government House and take some time to take a few photographs. Thank you for attending and enjoy the rest of your day.